Alright, what's up everyone to another video, Full Speed Impulse, and we're back with Crf110, putting some tall bars on this thing. So we've been just getting at this bike, guys, getting stuff done. You seen our last video, we're just doing front brakes, put a longer cable on there with the different shorty lever here. That's why you see that it's like over looped. Also have the extended throttle cables for this thing too. So we're gonna get at it. These are mica bars, but we got some ProTaper Xr 50 bend. Let's get this thing going, guys. Right, so for your throttle tube, you don't actually have to take it all the way apart. You just got to loosen it so it'll slide off. And then we're going to switch to the back of our, I think our starter switch should be the same thing. So that's also loose. All right. Because when you take off your bars, you should be able to position and just slide it off. Take off our lever that we literally just installed. There we go. All right, these are 10 mil right here. Oh. Like I said, just slide that right off. And same opposite when you go to put your new bars on, you're gonna slide that stuff on. All right, so I'm just gonna check. I don't really know if this stuff's gonna go on or not, but we're gonna slide it on. Okay, well that wire. Whew. Yeah, that's ours. That's gonna be our first problem right there. Were they putting this thing down here?
Yeah, they were putting like right here.
You don't have to whisper. You just talking.
Yeah, they were putting like around right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Why could you put it in the center?
I only see them putting it right on the side.
Oh, that's because they don't know. So here's your kill switch and your starter, right? We looked, a lot of little wires. Now, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you wanted to sit down, solder some extended wires on this thing. But what I was looking at here, so I really don't want to mount it down here. I want to keep a nice clean look. So you unplug this guy right here, and I'm thinking, if this thing gets in the way, like I'm gonna bend it out of the way. But we get this to go this way instead. We get it still even looped through here, and look at it. It's gonna go up here, and we have miles of wire still. And you can throw a little zip tie around here if you want, and the number plate's gonna go back over that. It's gonna cover it all up. It's just the way it was positioned. So it's positioned like this, down, and then so it made you come up 100 miles here, then it made you go through here, and then it made you go through here, and then it made you go through here, and then that's why we're coming up short. But if you eliminate all that nonsense and just kind of let it do its thing, maybe we even just come right through here, bam, got all the room in the world. So we're gonna slide this back up. Well, I don't know, maybe we could just, we're gonna get this on here, and then we're gonna start routing some stuff up. We want to also make sure that our throttle looks good. So, but we need to tighten this down, turn it to left, turn it to right, make sure everything's good. We got a little work to do. All right, looks like we are gonna have to replace the throttle cables, which is fine. I mean, we bought them, so might as well. So you just loosen these nuts here. You're gonna pull that out like that. You just bring it to the side. So remember, this one goes to that one. And then this one here goes all the way around and goes to that. So I'll get this out. All right. Now we gotta get them disconnected from our throttle here, and we're gonna have to get them routed through. Oops, hey Daisy. She's got threads for days. All right, guys. So what I did to get these cables through, I loosened up the air box. So I took the bolt out on each side here. But the other trick to this too is that when you try to go underneath here like this, that the cables want to drive to the other side. So you want to get it to where it wants to stay on this side. So going behind the frame here, seems like my best route, and you guys aren't going to be able to see this, unfortunately, so much. But we're going to come through the stock way here. This allows us to give a nice clean push. And it can kind of, I got to favor one side here for a minute. Push this down. It'll come out. Boom, just like that. And don't worry about your cables here. You actually pull it far enough forward to where you can get past that frame and then come back down with it. And we'll still come up through here just like they want us to. Do all that shenanigans, weave, and then, yeah, it should have plenty of length, but we gotta get this set up down here. So we're gonna come over here and hook this in, and I actually gotta double check, make sure we got the right ones even hooked in here.
When you're hooking your cables up, just make sure the one in the back there is the one that has the adjustable nut on it going to your throttle tube, to where when you pull the throttle, it is opening up. That is the one that you want to have the adjustable nut on. The other one is just simply to pull the throttle back closed.
Snug that up. Let's go up to our throttle cable. We got some work to do. All right. So we're figuring things out here. We're trying to figure out what the easiest step is on how to get this job done. So we have our one cable hooked up right here, which should be our return. So that's correct. So when we do that, it's going to pull on the cable. So this is the one we want. But we had to unhook this one. That way we can pull this back far enough so you can see how we have this plastic guide in there. And now, all we gotta do is put that right on, not right on our cable like that. And now we can tighten this up. Which we're gonna go in all the way, I believe. This boot, just a little bit annoying. Alright. Now we'll tighten this up and then we'll get back to the video. We got it hooked back up. Gonna get our screws in. Alright, we got cable for days, man. We are gonna try to route this stuff around. Alright, let's fire this thing up. Supposed to be probably screwed in all the way. That's why it doesn't have a nut for you to do the adjustment. Yeah. All right, guys, so if you can see, we actually ran a zip tie. You can see where it actually plugs into that bracket. But instead of plugging that in, we actually pulled it up a little bit and then put a zip tie holding onto that wire, which is just the perfect amount so there's not like a bunch of slack hanging around. And when you put it to the right here, nothing gets tighter. Left, looks good. We saved our little reusable, adjustable zip ties or whatever you want to call these for handlebars. We'll put that back on. Yeah, we're going to get the number plate back on, and I think we're good. We just got to think with the wires and everything, we should be good. What you have to do here, simple. You got to cut this off because now you got tall bars, it will not reach up here, and it's no bueno. So other than that, this does plug in just right. Show you guys. Boom, just like that. Looking crisp. A little hairspray here, which I like because when you take your old grips off, you can see it's nice and clean still. Load that thing up. Spray. Slides on nice and easy. Load it up. Spray. Get that sucker. Woo. Spray all of it out. Same thing. Just like that. Is that good? Is that what you want it? Yeah. All right. And you just gotta let it dry. But it'll be dry within probably about 10 minutes. There you guys go. We got the ProTaper Xr 50 bars on here, looking good. I think I might have to glue the grips. They are definitely not sticking very well. Sometimes it works, like I said, and sometimes it doesn't. Not a big deal. I think it's the hairspray too. I never used that hairspray before. That's not the one I usually that's not the one I usually use. Make sure you follow us for the other Crf110 content, and you guys know the deal. Until next time, we'll see you later.